Hi students, I'm Veena Tiwari. I'm going to teach you the bio since from the beginning, class 6, right? Now here we study in first class 6, chapter 1, biology. What are the main characteristic features of living and non-living organism, right? The main characteristic features of the living and non-living organism, or how can you differentiate between the living and non-living organism? You can see around yourself so many things are there, many other living objects and many other non-living objects. अपने आसपास कई चीजें टेबल, चेयर, पेन, पेंसिल, स्केल, ये सारी चीजें non-living हैं. Animals, plants, they are all living. Butterfly flying in the sky, you can see aeroplane flying in the sky. Is it a living? No, because aeroplane run by the external source of the energy, and the living things they run by the internal source of energy, right? Now here the first and the most important, all living things they are made up of a cell. All living things they are made up of a cell. What is cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. All of them they are made up of cell. Some organisms they are made up of a single cell, then they are known as unicellular. Some organisms they are made up of more than two or more than two cells, then they are known as multicellular, right? Unicellular organisms, for example, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, cleidocranium, they are means they perform all their life activities in a single cell only. Whereas multicellular organisms as the Eurythrics, Spirogyra, man, cat, bat, rat, so many things are there. Here certain organ systems are present which all together perform your various activities, right? They are known as multicellular organism, right? This is the first. Non-living things, they are not made up of a cell. Second, nutrition. All living things derive the nutrition from their surroundings, from the environment. They take the food so that they are able to survive. To take the food, there are the various methods, plants as well as the animal. Animals, they make their own food with the help of carbon dioxide, water, in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they make the glucose and oxygen is released. That is the autotroph. These autotroph, CO2 plus H2O, in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. What they give out? Glucose, that is C6H12O6 plus oxygen is released. This happens in case of autotrophs, that the process photosynthesis. Photo means light, synthesis means formation. The formation of food with the help of carbon dioxide and water, sunlight and chlorophyll, they make the food. Plants are the only which are able to synthesize the solar energy in the form of chemical energy. So is in the form of bonds, energy is bonded in them by which they are able to survive, right? Heterotrophs, they are not able to make their own food. They derive their nutrition from plants or the animals who are dependent on the plant. They derive their nutrition plants or the animals dependent on plant. What are herbivores? Herbivores are the animals which feed on plant. Cow, goat, buffalo, they are all herbivores. They feed on plants. Carnivores, flesh-eating animals which eat flesh of the other living organisms, they are known as carnivores. Omnivores, which feed on both, they are known as omnivores. Omnivores feed on both flesh as we are there. Man is also an omnivore. Veg, non-veg. Veg means the plant and plant products. Non-veg means the carnivores, flesh of the other animals, the man. Not all, some of them you eat. Some organisms as bacteria, fungi, non-green plant, they derive their nutrition from the other dead and decayed organic matter. Dead and decayed organic matter they derive their nutrition, they are known as saprophyte. Parasites are those organisms which derive their nutrition from other living organisms, which derive their nutrition from other living organisms. They are the parasites. So they are the various modes of taking food in the environment of the different living organisms. Whereas non-living things, they do not require any food at all. The next point, respiration. All animals, they respire. Plants, they also respire. During respiration, we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. That is the reverse reaction of photosynthesis. During respiration, what happens? The glucose which is stored in our body, it is oxidized, again broken down into carbon dioxide and water with the release of energy. And this energy liberated we utilize in our doing the various work. This energy we utilize, as currently I am speaking. I need energy, and this energy is stored in the form of ATP molecules. These adenosine triphosphate. This adenosine triphosphate, they stored when the food is oxidized. We are not utilizing when the energy is stored in the form of ATP molecules in our body. This ATP molecules, when they break down into ADP, then the energy is released. As currently I am speaking, I am not taking any food, but whatever ATP molecules are present in my body, these ATP molecules, they are broken down, changes ATP into ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Adenosine diphosphate, one phosphate bond to release energy, which I am utilizing in my speaking. So all living things, they respire. During respiration, they take in oxygen, they give out carbon dioxide. That is the process of breathing. Without breathing, बिना सांस लिए क्या हम जीवित रह सकते हैं? नहीं रह सकते. हमें सांस लेना, सभी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं, they must respire. बिना सांस लिए जीवित नहीं, क्योंकि जब तक सांस लेता फूड ऑक्सीडाइज नहीं होगा, हमें एनर्जी नहीं मिलेगी. खाने से एनर्जी नहीं मिलती, खाने से फूड ब्रेक डाउन होता है ग्लूकोज जब ऑक्सीडाइज होगा तब वो हमें एनर्जी देगा. बिना ऑक्सीडाइज हुए हमको एनर्जी नहीं मिले. एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, योगा करते हैं, उसमें क्या करते हैं? हम ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं. ब्रीदिंग, इनहेलिंग, व्हाट वी टेक इन ऑक्सीजन. जब हम एक्सरसाइज करते हैं तो क्या करते हैं? आवर बॉडी टेक्स ऑक्सीजन एंड द ग्लूकोज इज ऑक्सीडाइज एंड द एनर्जी इज लिबरेटेड. जब कहते हैं सुबह आप एक्सरसाइज करिए, मॉर्निंग में आप ब्रीदिंग करिए, आपने योगा किया, आपने ऑक्सीजन ली, मॉलिक्यूल एनर्जी ब्रेक डाउन हुए, एनर्जी आपके स्टोर हुई, फुल डे यू फील एनर्जेटिक. Right? Another important point, that is the growth. All living organisms, they grow. As you see, you are in the nursery. Right now you are in 6. Are you of the same shape and size as you are early? Continuously you are growing now. And this growth is irreversible. It cannot be reversed. If you want to go back to the position where you took admission in nursery, can you go? आपने जब नर्सरी में एडमिशन लिया था तो आप जैसे थे क्या आज भी वैसे ही हैं? आज से 2 साल बाद भी वैसे ही होंगे? नहीं होंगे ना, क्योंकि ग्रोथ हो रही है, खा रहे हैं, खाने से आप ग्रो कर रहे हैं. तो जितने भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं वो ग्रो करते हैं. अगर जब एडल्ट स्टेज हो गए तो सर्वाइवल के लिए फूड चाहिए, जिंदा रहने के लिए खाना चाहिए. अगर खाना नहीं खाएंगे तो आप जिंदा नहीं रह पाएंगे. राइट? सो द ग्रोथ इज द एसेंशियल. प्लांट्स ऑल्सो ग्रो. Plants shoot system grows upwards towards the light. That is called phototropism. Photo means light, tropism towards the sunlight. Photo means light. Zeo means earth. Under the earth to absorb water and minerals, root system grow. That is the zeotropism. This is shown by the plant. I meant to say growth occurs in both, but non-living things, they do not grow at all. Next, respond to stimuli. All living organisms, they respond to stimuli. Means we respond to the environmental changes. Whatever the environmental changes, we feel it. If in hot, in summer, why? In summers, external temperatures become high, our body temperature is low. So our body starts taking temperature from the environment. So we feel hot. During winters, external temperature goes down. Our body temperature is high. So what happened? Environment start taking temperature from our body, so we feel cold. and so wear the warmer clothes so that we are able to survive. See, we have to change according to the changing climatic condition. Climate is not going to change, that how we are able to survive. So we have to survive, we have to make changes so that we are able to survive in the particular environment. We have to respond to the environment, and this process is known as the irritability. This is called irritability or response or sensitivity. We are supposed to be sensitive to the environment. All living, but non-living things, they are not. एक आयरन का पीस है, आप बाहर गर्मी में डाल दिए सदैव, उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, ऐसा नहीं. बट लिविंग थिंग्स, क्या आप धूप में खड़े रह सकते हैं? नहीं रह सकते. अगर बहुत ठंडी हवा चल रही है, आपको बिना कपड़ों पे खड़ा करे आप रह सकते हैं? आप नहीं रह सकते. क्यों? हमारी बॉडी रेस्पॉन्ड करती है. नेक्स्ट इज मूवमेंट एंड लोकोमोशन. ऑल एनिमल्स और प्लांट्स, they move, locomote. Movement, when a part of the body is moved, I'm waving my hands, so you're sitting, writing and studying. Then you're sitting at one place and keeping your books here and there, pencil and scale. And then your body moves. This is the movement. When the wind blows, the leaves of the plant, they move. Plant shows movement. Except few lower plants, Clevedomonas, which are aquatic plants. They flow along the water current from one place to the another. But generally plants are fixed at one place by the root system. But the animals locomote in search of food, shelter, and protect them from their enemies. We move from one place to another, right? That is the movement and the locomotion takes place. All animal, non-living things, जो जहाँ है वो वहाँ वैसा ही रहेगा जब तक कि किसी एक्सटर्नल फोर्स से उसको मूव किया ना जा सके. Cars running on the road, trains running on the road, are they living? No, they are not living, because they move by the external source of energy. That you put petrol, diesel, electricity somewhere else they move. If the source of the vehicle or the ईंधन नहीं है, vehicle नहीं है, fuel नहीं है, तो वो नहीं चलेंगे. अगर fuel होगा तभी वो चलेंगे. लेकिन हम लोग के living organisms थे, we move by our internal source of the energy present inside our body, right? All living organisms, they have particular life cycle. Child is born, they grew older, adolescence, it becomes adult grew older, and then you die. So a particular lifespan is there. Just a butterfly lays eggs changes into larva into pupa into the adult. So a definite life cycle is shown by them. This definite life cycle is shown only by the living organisms, not by the non-living, right? Next is reproduction. All living organisms, they reproduce the young ones of their own kind. As cat gives to the kitten, dog to the puppies, human being, they give to the human child. If they are not born, then what will happen? The time will come, then there will be no life on the surface of the earth. To continuity or to maintain the race of life on the surface of the earth, reproduction is essential. If we will not reproduce, the life on the earth will not be. अगर बच्चे पैदा नहीं होंगे तो एक समय ऐसा आएगा कि अर्थ पर लाइफ रहेगी नहीं, क्योंकि जब नए पैदा नहीं होंगे, जो छोटे हैं वो बड़े हुए बुढ़े हुए वो खत्म हो गए, वो दे विल डाई ऑफ. तो एक समय सब बड़े होकर के बुढ़े होकर मरते जाएंगे. तो अगर नए नहीं होंगे तो फिर लाइफ कैसे रहेगी? तो लाइफ तो नहीं होगी ना अर्थ. इसलिए लाइफ इज एसेंशियल. एक्सक्रीशन, whatever food we eat, all is not absorbed by our body. Some is undigested, given out our body. Undigested food given out body, that is fecal matter. It is not an excretory product, children. It is not an excretory product. Excretory products are those products which are formed in our body by the decomposition of various metabolic activities. As carbon dioxide that we give out during the process of respiration. This is an excretory product. Urine which we pass out periodically, it is an excretory product because they are formed by the various metabolic activities present inside our body. So, carbon dioxide and urine, they are the excretory product in the animals. In case of plants, they don't have any excretory organs, but they have the as gum, latex, resins, all these gums oozing out. Rubber, we call the rubber, it is an excretory product of the plant. They are all excretory, they accumulate in one cell and the rest carried out the physiological activities and then they were oozed out. They are of very economic importance. When you study economic botany, you will study about it, right? So they are the main important characteristic features of the living organism which we had it here, right? I hope it is clear to you. Please like, share, subscribe, and ask your friends and relatives to see, so that more and more students can get benefited by it. Thank you. Next video I'll frame the questions based on this, and I'll discuss these questions over there so that your topic will be more clear to you. Thank you, children.